Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Stitcher Girl podcast. I'm Julia and I'm coming to you from Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada on a lovely spring day. It's Sunday, Palm Sunday. Palm Sunday without the palms, right? Because nobody's going to church right now. Lovely day here in the Maritimes. I've got the balcony door open so the children, as you can hear Wellington right now, so they can get some fresh air, and they're very excited by the bird song. So you might hear a little kitty chatter in the background. Anyways, how's everybody? How are you doing? Are you keeping well? Are you being well and stitching? Do you know that hashtag? I'm sure you do. Be well and stitch. A lot of designers out there have created free cross-stitch designs. If you go on Instagram and you do hashtag Be Well and Stitch, you're going to find a bazillion beautiful, free designs. And that is just thank you to everybody involved who thought of that great idea. So there's lots of things to keep the cross stitchers occupied, let me tell you. And I'm sure if you're a knitter, a crocheter, a rug hooker, a punch needle thingy person, you're busy. If you spin wool, not bicycling. Come on, people. I'm sure you found lots of things to do while you're staying at home. So good. Keep at it. That's your homework. Keep crafting. So thank you. I have some new subscribers, so thank you. Welcome. It's so nice to have some new people, some new subscribers. I don't know where you're from. Maybe you can let me know at some point where you're from. That would be very cool. And welcome back to all my returning subscribers. Thanks for putting up with me. So yeah, so what's been going on? Well, here comes Wellington. Yes, Wellington, it's so exciting. The birds. You want to come? Come down. I know. Don't get on Mommy's stitchy goodness, though, or you're going to be in trouble. So today's podcast, it might be number 8. I usually check before I start, but I think it is number 8. And what I'm going to do today is show you some stuff I've been working on. But first, I'm going to do my little blast from the past. So make sure you're sitting because this is quite spectacular. Okay, are you ready for this, peeps? Let me see this here. This is called stump work. Stump work. Can you see that butterfly? Stump work, I don't know how to explain it right now, but stump work means there's dimensional pieces here to the embroidery. So if you can see the butterfly, that was stitched on a completely different piece of fabric. Then it was cut out and then it was applied to the main piece that has the feathers here, the vine, the berries. The vine is even dimensional because what we did was we put a piece of yarn down first and then we couched over it to give it this raised appearance. And yeah, the butterfly was a lot of fun to do. This was done, this was a course I took with Deanna Bertelson, who is a Canadian embroiderer. She's out west in BC, known for her wonderful stump work. And I took a workshop with her at the Embroidery Association of Canada seminar. It was in Toronto, and I believe it was 2005. And one of the interesting things about this was the butterfly was just a very much plain black butterfly with some yellow and white on it. But the pin they had that year for the seminar had like purple and blue and green and orange and pink. So I put some of those colors in the butterfly. So yeah, so this is one of my prized possessions, and it was a lot of fun making. I like stump work. It is fiddly in some respects. It is fiddly, but it's a really great keepsake. And unfortunately, this year they canceled the Embroidery Association of Canada seminar. It was supposed to take place next month in Halifax. And we all know the seminars in the Maritimes are the best, just saying. But anyways, yeah, so that's a little upsetting. But yeah, so, there'll be another one next year. It's all good. We're doing what we need to do right now, right? We're doing what we need to do right now. So, I actually finished something, and it doesn't really have anything to do with stitching, but it's, yeah, gotta wash that hair. It has nothing to do with stitching, really, but I did use a sewing machine. I made myself, as most of you know, I'm a licensed practical nurse, so I am still working these days. And I work in a long-term care center. And we're preparing ourselves in case COVID does get into the home. We have some rooms set aside for that eventuality. We're even thinking a little more about the workers' own hygiene. So when we come to work now, we're changing when we get there, and they're doing temperature checks and so forth. But I think as we all know now, that really you could have it and not know you have it. So that is somewhat disconcerting. So what I did was I made myself some masks. That's right. I made myself some surgical masks, and I even put a little piper clip. What the hell is a piper clip? A pipe cleaner thingy. And so that allows me to have a flexible part here along the bridge of my nose, and it does puff out. These are not high tech by any means, but they're just there to kind of give me a little, extra comfort on the front lines. I'm thinking about having this to wear maybe now, because they really don't want us using supplies until the COVID gets in the home. So there are times when you might need to wear a mask, whether, I have a cold, regular cold, maybe a resident is ill, or just, different reasons why you might want to have something to wear. And they really don't want us using our supplies. So it's a little annoying, because sometimes we do need to have that stuff and they don't want us using it. But anyways, it's okay. I made myself some. So yeah, we'll see how they go. I made them with batik, because batik is a very tightly woven fabric. And I think I did them three plies, 3 squares of batik sewed together with the pipe cleaner, and then another one for the back. And elastic is hard to find right now. I don't know if you've noticed this. You need really thin, like a 1/4 inch, maybe an 1/8 inch elastic to make the loops. But I couldn't find any, so I just made ties, like bias strips, and just... The pattern I used was from Erica Arndt, A-R-N-D-T. She has a podcast. But if you type in face masks on YouTube right now, I'm telling you, 20,000 podcasts are going to come up. It's crazy. There's all kinds of different ways to make them. And, I'm just doing this for me, for my own peace of mind, to have this in my back pocket at work if I feel like I need a mask at some point. But for the most part, I feel fine at work. I don't really have any issues. I work night shift, so I'm not working with a lot of extra people. So I'm feeling pretty good. And, you know, my hands are an absolute disaster. Like, seriously, I will not be a hand model anytime soon. So they can't get close enough to the bird, so they keep walking around. Let's see. If I move here, can I get to the bird? Yeah, it's funny. So let's talk some whips. Whips. Cheers. Whips. Okay, what's going on? Birds of a feather. Sally Spencer. Hello, Sally. I was working on Sally the other day, and I'm like, oh my Lord. We're getting near the end here. We're getting near the end, Sally. We're getting near the end. And this is very exciting. I'm doing this on 28 count. So the fabric is not that exciting. But the pattern, the threads, I'm using Gentle Arts. I think I've only used one of the called for, which was the Brethren Blue, and I've ran out. So now I've been using the DMC equivalent, which is like a 501. Let's see. Yeah, this is pretty good. I've gone through and I've done all the letters now. Now, when I started running out of colors, I decided to do the J and the S in red because those are my initials. And I'm going to be putting in the initials of my grandmothers and great-grandmothers, as well as my mother, of course. Come on. So yeah, so this is like, I've just got like down here and here, as you can see. I got to finish across here. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. A lot of fun. This is an out of print design. So I'm sorry to show it to you and get you all excited. It's an out of print design. I found it by accident. Like I said before, I think on a Japanese version of eBay or something. So, you know. And next, I've been working on Mary Clayton because she's been just, you know, Julia, what about me? What about me? So this little minx, I got back to her. Now, she is done on a 36 count. I'm doing 2/2. This is an R&R fabric. I'm trying to be very professional here. Oh, that's the wrong jigger. Let's see. I did do some more. I came down to the bottom here. And I did that tree and that urn with flowers. Started her name. And I got to get back to filling in the house. And I'm using Gentle Arts threads for this. When I was doing the urn, if you can see this at the bottom, there is no scent, like the center of that flower was a really light color, and that wasn't working for me. So, oh, here we go. They're coming to get me. So I did that. I think it looks okay. I like it. And I think that's what matters, right? I like it. So Gentle Arts threads, and there might be 1 weeks and one Classic Colorworks, and I can't do it like Nicole, but this is what I do. So they're really nice colors. So I'm happy with that. Next, I'm doing Gratitude, Heart Full of Gratitude by Cottage Garden. And I was calling this my Lenten piece, but I've discovered that I'm not a monogamous stitcher. And you know what? That's okay. I was trying to stitch on it every day, and then sometimes, you know, because of work or whatever, I'm like, ugh. And I don't like to stitch for 30 minutes. When I stitch, it's got to be like a 4-hour marathon. You know, I'm going to get set up, and I'm just going to go full tilt. Now, this is on 36 count, but it's 1/1. It called for weeks, and I think I'm only using a couple because I decided that you weren't going to see a lot of the variegation with the over dyed, so I'm using mostly DMC here. So I got the bird done. Praise Jesus. And there is a little heart here. I did that over too so it would stand out because it was the lightest pink. And I did do the bird's head over too, just to make it really stand out. And also for coverage. But otherwise, the rest is all 1/2. And I'm happy with that. I like it. I love that house. And I'm getting the words done. So I'm going to keep at that. I've been kind of like outlining the leaves and the roses, and then I go back and I fill them in, and yeah. This is just a platinum colored Zweigart. So that's fun. And this is a Sal, Songbird Sal, that Cobweb Corner. She has a shop, Cobweb Corner. I can't think of her name right now. But there is a Sal, Songbird Sal, and it's capital S-A-L if you go on Instagram. Like those birds are just beautiful. The different, you know, there's ones with robins and bluebirds, and Wellington's very excited all of a sudden. What happened, Wellington? I just cleaned your box. So the Songbird Sal. So check that out, and you can see some really, there's somebody in the group who's using funky hand-dyed fabric to stitch on, and looks good. Yeah, just look. I put these on to try to distract you from all the gray hair. I don't know if that worked. Then, because that wasn't enough fun, I joined a Sal. Yeah. Dear Lord, save me. Save me, Jesus. This is the Scotland Sal, and this is by Tempting Tangles. There's a Facebook group for it. I don't really have anything to show you, right, because it's a Sal. I can just show you what I've done so far, and you'll know it has to do with Scotland because I've done the flag. Tempting Tangles. They have done other ones. There was a Holland one. And was there a Japanese one? This is 28 count. This is a picture this plus. This is fog. There are 16 parts. And we're currently working on part 2. So like I said, there is a Facebook group, Tempting Tangles, and I think it's called the Scotland Quaker. Don't want to get my threads mixed up. The Scotland Quaker. So a new part will be coming out this Friday. So that's fun. And it's all DMCs. They're very springy colors. I don't know if you can see them here like this. Yeah, purples, blues, greens, yellows. Nice. And because that wasn't enough fun. It wasn't enough fun, I'm telling you. I just sit here and think like, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I've been watching though, like I usually, you know, my routine hasn't really changed much. You know, I go to work, I come home, I watch my podcast, go back to work again. But I got this pattern a couple weeks ago. I found it on a Canadian stash unloading site on Facebook. And I got it from Shelly. Oh, that's just not a pleasant sound. I think he's gotten too much fresh air. Eliza Poole. Isn't she a scream? And it's the called for is 35 count R&R creek bed brown. And it's all Gentle Arts thread. But because I'm a little cuckoo, I said, Julia, this is the time to try something 1/1 on 28 count. Yeah, I know. I'll give you a second. I'll pick yourselves up off the floor. Anyways, I got this beautiful Wellington. It's okay. It's okay. Jeez. Oh, my Lord, Wellington. I guess I should have fed them first. I don't know. So I'm doing this. Oh, God. It is just, I'm telling you. I'm so loving this. And if you don't love this, well, I can't help you. Look at that. Now this fabric is, picture this plus, it's 28 count. It is a Lugana, which I think is awesome if you're doing 1/1. Because then you get this nice even weave, right? But it's called Ale. So it's like think of coffee with milk, that color, like a cafe au lait, but then there's kind of like these gold splotches in places. Yeah. Anyways, it's a ton of fun, and I got the fat quarter because I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll do, you know, 2/2. And Cherub, what's going on? Maybe I'll do 2/2. But then I said no, because you know what came up in my feed on Flosstube was Farm Girl, and she was doing a demo on stitching 1/1, and she's doing Brenda Gervais' new pattern, A Token of Love. It's like a Quaker. And she was showing how she started and everything and how she stitched. And she's doing it on 28 count. So I've gone down a rabbit hole and I'm quite thrilled. Anyways, but I have to tell you something. You know, these over-dyed flosses, I just love them. But sometimes you get a dud. And for this design, you needed to use wood rose. Now I'm thinking wood rose, maybe like a dusty pink, but maybe not that pale. I don't, let me see. I'll show it to you. Can you see this? That is freaking peach. That's peach. And country redwood was called for as well. And country redwood is country redwood. But those two go together in certain places in the pattern. And I'm like that little girl's dress. For me, that little girl, little Eliza Poole, that's a pink dress. She's not wearing a peach dress. Anyways, so I scrapped that. It's to save you for another time. And I found, I think you're all going to agree with me. I picked Antique Rose because it goes with this. It is lighter. It's hard to tell here. Oh, maybe that's, see? Yeah. And then if I wanted to go even lighter, I have some DMC 224, which is the right pink. So what I'm doing is, where did you go, my pretty little 1/1? My beautiful. Here we go. So I used, I can't even think what it's called. Oh my God. Talk to me. The Antique Rose, and then I put that DMC pink in the middle. And maybe it makes it a little, you can't even really tell looking on this. It might make the flowers a little brighter than they are on the piece, but I think the tone of the colors, it's like the tone, right? The tone, it goes together better. So yeah, so that was the excitement. That was all my excitement. Yeah, I've shown you everything, and it's not even like 30 minutes. It's good. It's good. It's good. I know it's been hard for some people to stay inside, but it's really important. Especially now with the nice weather coming in North America and Europe. You don't want to stay inside. You want to get out. But if you do go out, just be very careful. Even when you go shopping. Today I went shopping and there were 2 women in the store. And every time I turned, they were coming after me. And I wanted to take a package of toilet tissue and hit them and say, hello, you're not the only one in the store. Because they obviously were on a mission. They wanted to get in and get out. But they weren't thinking about any kind of physical distancing when they were in the store. And at this stage of the game, I'm prepared to say something to somebody. I gave quite a few dirty looks in the store. And sometimes when I even stand, like with a good 2 meters or whatever between me and somebody else, and they're like looking at stuff on the shelf, and they're like, oh, let me see, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna get? And then they'll look at me and they'll be like, what are you doing there? You know. And I'm like, you know what, sister? I'm staying here until you move your butt. So that's what I was doing. And but you know, in some of the smaller stores, you know, they don't have the staff to be kind of policing. Like when I go to Walmart, I'm telling you, it's like all hands on deck. The store, they've got it all mapped out. It's like a labyrinth, right? It's like a labyrinth. They got all these arrows on the floor. You got to follow the arrows, and if you don't follow the arrows, you got somebody telling you you're going the wrong way. And then they have you all line up to go through the cash, and you know they're cleaning the caches in between, and got all those plastic screens up now, with the little hole for the debit machine. But who would have thought tap was going to come in handy? Who would have thought the internet would have become so handy? You know how we like to gripe about the internet and how people are on it all the time, and you know, they're wasting their time. But you know, kids that are on it all the time, I do think some kids are on it way too much, just saying. But nowadays, this is how we communicate with each other, right? You know, whether you're doing some FaceTime, you're Skyping, you're doing your Facebook Messenger, you know, even now just calling somebody, it can be a video call as opposed to just a regular phone call. You know, we can text, you know, technology really has been helpful. Imagine if you had to go send a telegram right now. But yeah, so you know, don't touch your face. I just touched my face, so you know, that's it for me. It's all over. No, but I wash my hands before I record it. I wash my hands after I record. In my building, I live in an apartment building, and the only time I really come into coming and going, but I go to work when people are usually already in bed and stuff, so I don't really come into contact with a lot of people. But we do have a common laundry room, so I am careful about washing my hands and everything after that. But yeah, it's all good, you know, just, you know, just use your common sense. It can't hurt to overwash your hands. And I mean, eventually our skin's all gonna fall off, but that's okay. You know, use some moisturizer. Just take care. Take care of yourselves. Call someone you haven't called in a really long time. Reach out to them. See how they're doing. And yeah, so I think it's time to go. I've done what I had to do. I've shared what I had to share. The cats have calmed down now, which is great. And I'm going to upload this, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you reach out. If you have questions about anything going on here, please don't hesitate. I'll put my email address as well as my Instagram, name, so you can find me, so you can reach out and you know, let me know what you're working on during these times. And I know our retreat, Mom and I were going to a retreat here in New Brunswick at the end of April, and we kind of figured that it would get canceled. It did, but apparently we were given first go for the November retreat, so that's nice. So you know, we'll have that to look forward to. And do you want to say hi? Say hi, baby. Oh yeah, you're so pretty. And hi, Cherub. You want to say hi? Come on, baby. Come say hi. Yeah, so you know, retreats are getting canceled. Stitching events are getting canceled. It's okay. There will be more. We will do that again. And we just need to stay home right now. Be mindful of others when we're in public. Be mindful of our own self-care, our own self-hygiene. If we're not feeling well, you know what to do. So there you go. We really have the powers within us, right, to take care of things, and that's wonderful. So take care, keep stitching, keep crafting, keep making, keep reaching out to everybody. Stop by, say hi, and I'll look forward to seeing you again this month. So happy Easter, happy Passover to everybody. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and all the best. Until next time, take care. Bye.